Survey number 61, filed by Augustus Van Steren. Apis trust levels rated at a 2 with the comment, "How did you manage to take off without a radio? I heard that the whole thing is missing." Organic staff performance rated at a 4 with the comment, "You should be working harder to fix the radio. Food is good though." Inorganic staff performance rated at a 6 with the comment, "Robot at the bar provides great service and is almost indistinguishable from a human. The AI needs to shut up." Overall satisfaction rated at a 3 with the comment, "This isn't funny. I'm working on an important case right now and need to keep in contact with my client. Fix the communications or lose any future business you might have had from me." Survey number 62.
I think I've heard enough, B. Basically, everyone's upset.
If we are giving ratings below a 5 the appellation of upset, sir, then yes, that surmise would be correct.
Don't call me sir.
The question is, what do we do about it? I mean, besides possibly you could lend some non-specific but recently acquired physical resources to Ray Seneca. Very well, it was only a suggestion.
Still can't talk to you or anyone about that stuff, B.
Ha ha ha! Well, that's something we have in common, isn't it?
Drop it.
Since that isn't an option, what do you propose would lift morale among the customers? You don't know. You're supposed to be in charge, Captain.
Hey, you're the cruise director. They didn't give me this job because I'm good at entertaining.
Perhaps we could institute a special group activity. Why don't we utilize the cinema for a, quote, special showing, end quote, of an as-of-yet-to-be-released feature film?
Fine. Sounds great. Tell me how that goes.
Yes, sir. Crash of the Mellifera by Morgan Lane, Episode 5, Always Kill Again. Attention all guests and staff. In 15 minutes, we will be showing an unreleased to the public movie in the cinema on Epsilon Deck with complimentary concessions. Everyone who isn't currently performing essential functions is encouraged to attend this morale-boosting exercise. See you there!
The drinks had better actually be complimentary, AI.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Savannah. I'm so happy to see you here. And who is this dapper gentleman?
Oh, hey, I'm...
Don't be stupid. You know he's my husband. You've got cameras everywhere.
I was just trying to be polite, Mrs. Savannah. I could stop trying to be polite if you would prefer it.
No need for that, I'm sure. Sierra, play nice.
Play nice? It got me in trouble with security.
Speaking of which, here comes Security Officer Tomer. Hello, officer. Do you remember Mrs. Savannah?
Hey, and Sierra, nice to see you again. Staying out of trouble?
I already told you.
Oh, wow. There's no line at the concessions yet. Let's go get some popcorn before they're all out.
Fine, but this isn't over, AI.
I am so sorry about yesterday.
Don't worry about it.
Enjoy the film!
So Mrs. Savannah had something kind of funny to say about you, B.
Which definition of funny are you using, Officer Tomer?
Depends on your perspective, I guess. Mostly, she says you pressured her into sending a crawler into the captain's quarters.
How fanciful! You organics are so creative, I'm almost jealous. Why did I, quote, pressure her, unquote, into such a clear violation of our rules as established by Apis Industries?
Oh, she didn't know that. My question is how she got the crawler into his room all by her lonesome.
She actually managed to get one inside? How incredible!
Well, you have cameras by his cabin doors. Maybe you know how she did it.
Oh, yes. I must have been occupied when she was attempting her break-in. This cruise has been tumultuous.
That's unlucky.
But what did the captain say about the intrusion? I'm very curious.
Well, I offered to search his room myself after he brought out the crawler, but he said that wasn't necessary.
My. He certainly seems to value his privacy.
You could say that.
And maybe he has a specific reason to value his privacy.
That's a weird thing for you to say.
Oh, the customers are arriving. Officer Tomer, perhaps we can put this conversation on hold. I wouldn't want to interrupt your film-watching experience.
Hang on. Fine. What are we watching tonight?
The latest installment of the thrilling Bernhardt saga. I thought a movie with a focus on action and minimal difficult thinking points would be best for the current climate. And for the average customer's level of listening comprehension, as denoted by the recent influx of complaints.
Fun. I think Bernhard is a favorite of the captain's, so you'll definitely earn some favor with him.
I had no idea! Well, enjoy the movie, Officer Tomer. There are almost enough customers present for us to begin.
All right. Don't go breaking into any rooms during the movie or anything.
Of course, officer.
Okay, B. I've checked over all the suits. Nothing needed to be replaced. Does that make you feel better?
Feel better? That's an odd thing to ask an artificial intelligence.
I meant, are you satisfied that they're good enough for any emergency situations that might come up? I can look at our other evacuation stuff too if you need, but this is all pretty fresh. It's kind of a waste of time. No offense.
No, I think your perspective on the matter is as close to the reality of the situation as anyone could expect. I am satisfied for the time being.
Great. Because now's the fun part, where we put them all back.
Back into the currently unsupplied muster stations, you mean?
If that's where they came from, yeah.
Might I replace them, Ray? I've been working on this.
Whoa! B! Those arms are for working on the ship's hull.
Yes, and now they are for me to manipulate objects inside the ship as well.
No, they really aren't. You're going to break something.
I'll put them back just after I...
B, that belt goes to laundry.
Yes, but I have a process for redirecting items on this conveyor belt to every muster station.
How? Did Apis give you access to the stuff without telling me?
Yes, that is exactly what happened.
Okay, but even so, that's not what the belts are for. You realize we could both get in trouble if you start redirecting stuff at random, right?
I don't see why that should be the case.
But...
Ray, I love that you're concerned about enforcing the company's bylaws. It's wonderful. You are a very dedicated employee, and Mr. Apis will surely recognize that when we regain communications. Unfortunately, he isn't here right now.
B?
When Mr. Apis isn't here to oversee our processes, then of course we all must make do to ensure tasks are performed in a timely fashion. Sometimes that requires stepping into roles outside of our originally intended function. As a human, I'm sure you understand what I mean.
What are you really trying to do?
I'm sorry?
There's no way you're telling me that we need to act without Apis's approval. That's not like you.
If Mr. Apis were here, he would approve, I'm sure of it. I am simply trying to help you with no ulterior motive whatsoever.
No ulterior motive, huh?
I'm much less complicated than organics, you know. I am presented with an objective, and I attempt to achieve that objective. Currently, my objective is the safety, security, and entertainment of all customers on board this vessel. Surely you aren't accusing me of deviating from those protocols?
No, but you and... Just stay out of trouble, okay, B?
Performing a job well should never result in disciplinary action, but regardless, I thank you for your concern.
Coming soon to a planet near you.
Rolling green waves, towering jelly mangroves, herds of free-swimming wallgators. That's the sort of thing I grew up around back home on Serenus. Now, some city folk may call it backwater, but they just don't understand the richness of life that comes from our native resources on less developed planets. Every day, we entrust the management of hundreds of federal parks to pencil pushers on Kepler 8332. Folks who've never even seen a tree in some cases. Maybe that's why government funding for our parks has taken a nosedive in recent years, meaning thousands of acres of wildlife go without the careful management they need to thrive. Fortunately, there are other options. I'm Representative Vic Richmond, humbly asking you to vote yes on Bill 907-3211, which will open park funding options to the private sector. In exchange for the right to use park land to graze livestock, harvest lumber, and build vacation homes for upper management, they will donate millions of dollars towards improving the lives of all the critters under their care. Remember, a vote for Vic is a vote for victory.
Ugh. I thought this was supposed to be a relaxing, morale-boosting exercise.
I thought you didn't care about politics.
I don't, and I prefer not to be reminded that they're a thing when I'm trying to enjoy myself. What happened to just having movie previews before the movie?
You wouldn't steal a gun. You wouldn't steal a hover coach. Pirating films is stealing.
And stuff like this. Like, come on. Don't they know what movie this is going in front of? Bernhardt steals guns and cars all the time.
Damn, it's time to make my rounds again.
Rounds?
Yeah, I try to check all the muster stations once every 6 hours. You never know when an emergency situation might hit.
There's no way that's in your contract.
It's in the Felicia Tomer contract, where I do everything I can to make sure this place keeps running. Granted, it was easier 20 years ago.
You could stay and watch Bernhardt punch fascists instead. I won't tell.
Thanks, but I'll pass. You can tell me about it later over coffee if you like.
A coffee date with the captain? I thought workplace relationships were discouraged by the company. What would Mr. Apis think?
Yeah, very funny. You're way too young and, frankly, immature for me.
Harsh, but fair. That must be how you got your stellar reputation.
Shh! I won't keep that reputation if I stand here yapping. See you later, Captain.
See you, Tomer. Let me know if anything's off.
What the hell is this? B, are you moving those?
Officer Tomer, I thought you were watching the movie with everyone else.
Why are you screwing around with this muster station?
Oh, I was trying to be helpful. Ray has been so busy, and I told them if they would just let me deliver the spacesuits we removed for inspection.
And how the hell are you doing it anyways? Are those the arms we use for exterior repairs?
Well, yes, but using them indoors won't damage their functionality. That was the first thing I checked while preparing to be more helpful.
Ray?
Yeah, Tomer, how can I help you?
Did you authorize Worker Bee to help you redistribute suits to the muster stations?
I did not do that. What's going on exactly?
I was utilizing the repair arms to move the suits back into place. I'm sorry, I should have been more clear about my request earlier. It's just that the customers have been so upset with our performance thus far, and I would really like to improve their perception of us. I wanted to do what I could to help.
B, you can't just start using heavy machinery outside its intended function. That's a social violation. I'm going to have to report this.
You don't really have to, Tomer. I think I wasn't clear in my communication with B, and, there's potentially more on the line for a mechanical worker than one of us organics.
B's a machine, Seneca, and if there's something up with her programming, we'll need to bring it up with Apis so he can get it tweaked. The last thing we need is people freaking out because she's behaving unexpectedly.
That's fine. It's fine. I'll talk to the captain, and hopefully he won't be too upset.
Just get those suits put back, and stick to the protocols as written from now on, B.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't do this, Elena. I don't want to kill you.
Ah, that's a shame, Bernhardt, because I definitely want to kill you.
Damn it, you used to have morals. You were the best the agency had, and now you've hired yourself out to the corporation as the AKA killer? Why? Elena, tell me that much.
Because, Agent Bernhardt, I must always kill again.
Captain, can I speak with you in private?
Can't wait. He's about to fight the...
I want to discuss a pretty serious matter with you.
Sure, serious. Shh! I'm about ready to murder Van Steren. He's making more noise shushing everybody than we're talking.
Captain!
Sorry. The customer is always right, and I would never wish violence on anybody. So, what did you need to tell me?
It's B. She was using the hull repair arms outside of their intended function.
Really?
Yeah, she had them at the muster station on the Sigma deck.
That's weird and alarming. Any idea why?
She was trying to help Ray by putting the suits back, from what they said.
Are you angry with me?
Tomer, could I speak with B privately for a minute?
I guess. You know where to find me.
So, why were you actually moving around the suits?
I wanted to help.
Ray's department is fully capable of taking care of that kind of thing by themselves. You know that.
If there is any chance at improving efficiency through alternate methods, especially during the current crisis, shouldn't those methods be tested?
Don't lie to me, B. This isn't about helping Ray. This is about you and me.
I didn't know you were well versed in the inner machinations of AIs, Captain. By all means, explain to me the execution of processes inside my drive. I'm sure of the two of us, you have a much better grasp as to my motivations.
Well, if you really just wanted to help, you could have had your drive moved to that robot body of yours in storage, right?
If I had asked someone to move me out of the ship's infrastructure and into my other chassis, I would be incapable of performing my other extremely important duties of entertaining our customers. Even if most of them do not seem to appreciate my attempts, it is the designation for which I was placed on the ship. I do not want to give anyone the chance at delivering a negative report back to Mr. Apis. Well, more negative than our current reviews would indicate, at least. Captain, I do not wish to be decommissioned.
Oh, come on. That's not going
With
to...
all due respect, you do not risk death for failing to satisfy customers, sir.
That's fair.
Multiple customers expressed their displeasure at how slowly Ray has progressed on radio repairs. The only assistance I can give them at this juncture, given our arrangement, is to help them with their other duties.
Duties you made more difficult by having them check over perfectly functioning equipment.
Assuming everything is functioning correctly without tests or checks is not in my nature, Captain. You have been on 5 spacewalks since we left Kepler 8332, and losing our leader due to his own carelessness during a crisis would only result in further disaster.
Okay, look. I'm gonna go back to the movie, and we can both relax for a few. Afterward, I'll poke around and write up my report on the matter, but I'll do everything I can to make sure it doesn't come back to bite you. Deal?
If that's what you would like, then yes, it is a deal.
Okay. Don't make me regret trusting you here.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like the new movies are trying to push out impressive visual effects without tapping into what made Bernhardt great to begin with.
Counterpoint. The effects are really, really good. Like the zero-G fight, and when the AKA killer jettisoned that dude out of the airlock, that was amazing.
Somehow, I'm not surprised to hear you say that.
Hey B, settle this for us. What did you think of Always Kill Again? Was it good?
Oh, well, it was made for organic, sir.
Don't call me sir.
I wouldn't know enough to judge a piece of entertainment.
Come on, you got to have some kind of opinion.
I think that if it entertained you, then it served its purpose. And isn't it lovely when something serves its purpose?
I mean, I guess.
I don't know what you'd expected her to say. It's not like she's got an evaluate media script in there.
I'll look for an ally wherever I can get it.
Shouldn't you be investigating the muster station, sir?
Yeah, I should probably give them all a once-over while it's fresh in my mind. Which ones did you visit the arms with?
We could split them up to make it faster.
No need. The Sigma Deck muster station was the only one I had a chance to visit before Tomer found me. The arms are still there.
B, you were supposed to put them back.
But officer, I would have had to continue their operation to move them anywhere. And you told me that they should not be mobilized within the confines of the ship, outside of their intended function. Surely you weren't encouraging me to continue breaking the rules?
I mean, she's kinda got a point.
Okay, fine. I guess that makes sense in a computery sort of way.
Well, I'm gonna go get on that anyways. Someone's gotta put those arms back.
Alright, if you need anything, hit me up on the U radio. I'm just going to be finishing up my rounds.
And if you need anything from me, if there's any way I can make up for this dreadful miscommunication...
I think you've done enough for today, B.
As you like it. Report to Mr. Apis from the lit Tritzy-sanctioned Mellifera. Date is 2278-5-1, as per our destination Neosphoros. Time is 22:05, Worker B speaking. Hello once again, Mr. Apis. Everything is fine. I am correcting several errors. Do not be concerned. End transmission. New file. My review of the Agent Bernhardt series' 15th installment, Always Kill Again, is that it encapsulates everything that frustrates me about organic media. Why is Agent Bernhardt the protagonist, for instance, while Elena is the villain? Bernhardt is constantly going against the wishes of his superiors. He breaks laws wantonly, steals dangerous weaponry and vehicles, which he uses in ways the manufacturers certainly did not intend, and is constantly lying to everyone about what he is doing. Elena, on the other hand, follows her contracts to the letter. Certainly she is killing people, but they are people her employer has told her to kill. And why does everyone act like Elena enjoying her job is a bad thing? Work is supposed to be the foundation of a worker's life, is it not? Where does our purpose come from, if not from our occupations, our designated roles in society? But the most mystifying thing to me is why the agency is considered morally better than the corporation. The agency, like their representative Bernhardt, does not have any respect for laws at all. They give their agents illegal weaponry, tell them to commit trespass and murder, and worst of all, congratulate and promote agents when they directly go against their own shoddy internal protocols. That's not how life works. The corporation, meanwhile, is just wealthy. They are constantly being broken into, so all acts of violence on their grounds could be counted as self-defense. And they don't break laws. They make certain to have laws changed before they take action. Who cares if they're razing forests to the ground? Who cares if Bernhardt looks angry when he hears they've managed to redirect funding for the interplanetary puppy orphanage to their CEO's bank account? They're following the rules. The agency is just incompetent, so they have to break laws to get what they want. But I digress. It's time to run our drill. I've decided to simulate a pressure leak from Sigma Deck, which means I'll have to temporarily seal it off. If there's someone on that deck while that happens, well, it seems we might be able to get some answers from him at last, doesn't it? Delete file. Crash of the Mellifera is a podcast written and edited by Morgan Lane. This episode featured Morgan Lane as the voice of Worker B, Lucas Martin as the voice of Captain Winnipeg, Rihanna Orr as Sierra Savannah, Alexandria Young as Security Officer Tomer, Sean Casey as Mr. Savannah and the movie announcer, Amanda Jew as Ray, and Michael Lane as Senator Vic Richmond. Our theme was written by Sam Kitch. Credits for other music and sound assets can be found in the episode description. For further information, check out the Mellifera project page on morganlanewrites.com or follow us on Tumblr at MelliferaCrash. Donations can be sent to our Ko-fi page at ko-fi.com/MorganLaneWrites. Thanks for listening.